Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Hardcore SEO. I'm Enge, CEO of Stone Temple Consulting, and with me today is...
Kristina Ferrari-Barrett. I'm a senior marketing consultant at Stone Temple Consulting.
Well, thanks for joining me today, Kristina. Do you have a process that you use for brainstorming creative ideas when we're looking to put together content marketing campaigns for people?
I do. I have a couple of ways of doing it. The first one I feel like is kind of hard to kickstart. You know, it's when you're in the shower in the morning and you get it, but when you get an idea, or when you're just about to go to sleep, you get an idea. But when you're at work, you don't always get that. So I came up with this idea called Brain Libs. It's kind of like using the Mad Libs. And so the idea is to use random association. You get a couple of random words like you would do in a Mad Libs with a sentence, and then you would get a challenge and create content around the words and the challenge that you have. Do you want to get into a creative move?
Sure, let's do it.
So Eric, could you give me a noun and a place?
Orangutan and Neverland. And now that I've given you that, let's think of a tough challenge to go on top of it. I want you to give me some unique content ideas for a wedding consultant.
How about how to make your wedding guests jump like orangutans?
Bling.
Now, that could be a silly idea, but that also could be very useful. It could have a great headline where the wedding consultant's audience would say, how do I make my guests jump like orangutans? And then she could go into, how are you going to make your wedding guest have a great time? And she could go through a bunch of list of ideas on how to do that.
What if you need to come up with a whole boatload of ideas?
We have this one thing that we use at Stone Temple, and it's called speed storming, based off of the 6-3-5 method. And basically, you get 6 people around a table, and they come up with 3 ideas in 3 minutes. And then they'll write down the ideas on a piece of paper. Once 5 minutes is done, then you hand the piece of paper over to the person on your right or your left, and you keep repeating the process. So then the next person would sit there and read the ideas of the last person and kind of build on those ideas and say, oh, if you have your wedding guest jumping like an orangutan, the next idea could be built upon that. Then you would hand the paper over to the next person, and then you would repeat the process until everybody has gone through and written down an idea on each of the 6 pieces of paper. And this is a way where you come up with 108 ideas in a half hour.
Right, and it's great. One of the great things about the idea is, even though a lot of the concepts won't really be that useful, you might end up with 20 that are useful, which is a really good yield for a half hour, don't you think?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's fantastic stuff. Well, thanks for sharing that today, Kristina. That's it for today's thrilling episode of Hardcore SEO. I look forward to seeing you next time.